stand there, so I can stand here.
Like the same height.
Okay. One thing I'm really passionate about is one way that you're really going to grow into a better version of yourself is through personal development. And that is, and I'm going to talk more about that, but this is one book that you can read. If you don't like hearing the word no, or fear stops you, you want to get this book. You go on Amazon, it's the best place to get it. It's like $7, I think, or $9, and it comes with Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you'll get the shipping for free. It is 80 pages long. I read it in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I have to warn you, the first 25 pages are kind of slow, but once you get to like page 26, 27, you cannot put it down once they build that up. Okay.
All right. Can you hear me? Oh, I got to turn it on. Sorry. Test.
Hello, hello, hi. Okay. So, yes, fear. I will actually be talking to you all about fear tonight and how crippling that can be to each and every one of us, because fear set in my life at a time I didn't even know really what fear was. And it can definitely be crippling, and it can put you in a position emotionally, mentally, and physically to really kind of take you away from your goals. So one of those fears is rejection. And rejection, and I'll be going over this a little bit more, is nothing more than an objection. An objection is nothing more than being turned away maybe from something. And we don't really know what that something is, right? It's always on the other side of the known. You know, so if we're exploring the known and digging deep and getting into that unknown, then we're going to understand that our rejection really is not as bad as what we think it can be, because it's crippling to hear that no. It's such a hard thing. So what is standing between you and your success? What are some of those fears and those roadblocks that are holding you back from reaching further, from taking that step forward, not sidestepping or going backwards? Also, is that fear something that you're going to allow to completely consume you, if it is fear, and take over your future? Because we're all in this room for one reason, and that reason is to move forward in life in whatever direction it is. Whether it's biblical, whether it's making more money, whether it's making more friends, or just being an entrepreneur. And is that little word, no, stopping you in fear? So we'll address that in just a little while for you. So what I'll be talking about more so is turning that no into a go, and really helping to catapult you and propel you forward.
Okay, so how are we saying no for our customers? And so basically, we don't want to decide when it's over, our customer does. So in this book, they talk about how, has anyone here ever read this book? It's really good, you got it. So in the book, he talks about how he's a salesman, and his big boss is coming in that day. He sells, I think, like suits and ties and stuff like that for guys. And his first customer is this man who comes in and he buys a new suit, new shoes, new socks, new tie, like spends a ton of money, his biggest sale ever. And so he's feeling, the salesman's feeling so great, because he's like, wow, this is perfect, my big boss is here, and I just had my greatest sale. And so the customer leaves, and his boss says, hey, you know, I saw that man, what did he say no to? And he said, I don't understand, like he got everything. He said, yeah, I know he got a lot, but what did he say no to? And what it came down to is that he didn't give him any other options to say no. Like he never tried to suggest anything else. So think about your business. Do we decide when it's over for our customers? You know, do we let somebody tell us like, oh, I think I might have a show, and we just take that as a no? Or, you know, they say like, yeah, I'd like to join Premiere, but not right now. Do we take that as a no for them? Or even something simple, like if they get the necklace, did you tell them there's earrings to go with it? So you don't want to decide for somebody when it's over. You want them to say no. And the more that you hear people say no to you, the easier it will get if your mind is set on getting no's.
That's right, it's all about that mind shift. Getting it?
Oh, Wi-Fi's on.
Sorry, we'll get there.
That should that be a document though?
You got no more slides there.
Uh-oh.
Well, it should be, so. One second.
Yeah. All right. I'm
On
gonna,
your
go ahead.
Well, see, this is like the introvert in me. I'm like,
You got it. You got it.
maybe can we have another song? Maybe it's time for the song to come.
There we go. Good job, yay! All right. So the different types of no's in our business. We have so many different types of no's, right? Prejudging, not following up, not asking for that order in the jewelry show, right? Sitting down to hear about premiere, as Diane talked about. Afraid of talking to your chicken list. Who here knows what a chicken list is? Raise your hand. You know what a chicken list is? Okay. For those of you who are like, what is a chicken list? I don't know if I want a chicken list. Well, you probably don't want a chicken list, but you should have a chicken list. The chicken list are those people in your life from all the different parts of it, from childhood through now and every nook and cranny, that you are afraid to talk to about your business. That you sit back in fear and say, oh man, you're the undercover jeweler. That's what you are, okay? You're in the jeweler witness protection program, hiding in the wings, hoping they notice you and bring it up first. That's your chicken list. You write those people down and you go through it. Like Diane said, I never really honestly would have imagined Diane rode a go-kart today that went 50 miles per hour. She said, yeah! What is going on right now? Don't prejudge people with that, though. Get on the chicken list and get out of your own way. We are our own worst enemy. Oh my goodness. We talk about the speed bumps and the walls in front of us, right? We are the wall. We are the speed bump. We need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, because that's what's happening. Check yourself.
Hard. So this is what a lot of people think that the success model looks like. You in the middle, success on one side, failure on the other. And if you go anywhere towards the failure side, you think like, wow, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not in the right place. I must quit. This can't be right. But the truth is that this is not the right model. We're going to show you the right model, which is you have to go through failure to reach success. There's no way there's no overnight success. It's just that those people have been working and failing forward for years, and all of a sudden, their hard work gets recognized publicly. So you will hit many failures in your business. I guarantee you, we have had some of the craziest stuff happen in our business that easily I've thought, like, I can't do this. I need to quit. Like, I just don't have any more in me. But the truth is that is letting the, all right, I grew up in the Bronx, and so sometimes I leave my G's off words, and I'm sorry. And it really embarrasses Steve, but let's see. Sorry. But it's really just letting the devil take control of our thoughts, and that is not good. Instead, we need to push forward. We need to fail forward, because we're all going to fail. If you haven't failed yet, you will. Trust me. And we use the F word. Do you? And don't worry, this is Premiere. But fail. So many people are afraid to use that word, even with their downline. Your downline fails, and you're like, oh, it's all right. You know, it's just a boo-boo. It's just a little speed bump. No, it's okay. They failed. That's the problem with the world, is that people are so afraid to fail that we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. But we don't want to do that, and that is not going to lead us to great things. We got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, which means that we're going to fail a lot. Trust me. If you want the dreams that you have from this business to come true, you're going to have to go through failure. So when you feel like quitting, you feel like giving up, don't. Just keep going forward. Because I promise you that when you push through that, that's where your success is.
Did you read my training
No.
later? Oh my goodness. She sounds like she knows what she's talking about. I think she read my training. Okay.
You don't have your training time.
Yeah, that's right here. The 5 failure levels. Level 1, okay? Very important to understand these levels of failure so we can kind of place ourselves in them. The ability to fail. 100% of people can do this. We can all fail, right, people? This is where it all starts. This is where it all begins, accepting that failure as a success. That's where it has to start. What keeps most of people at level 1 status is their intense desire to avoid any failures at all costs, right? We will actually work harder, right? We will take more steps and more time to avoid failure than facing something head on, which could create, on the other side, an incredible success for our business, right? As a result, 80% of people never move past level 1. 80%. 8 out of every 10.
Okay, so level 2 is the willingness to fail. This is where people develop the willingness to fail, which means that they come to accept failure as natural by process of the process in seeking success. Fewer than 20% of people make it to level 2 for any sustained period of time. So you can make it there, but you can easily go back to level 1.
Real quick. Level 3, wantingness to fail. Wantingness to fail, the desire. Having that wantingness to fail goes beyond mere tolerance or acceptance of failure as part of life. Wantingness means developing the desire to fail with the inner faith that personal and financial growth will follow your failure. Okay, the wantingness of it. Fewer than just 5% of people ever get to level 3. Fewer than 5% because they fear failure.
Level 4 is failing bigger and faster. So you want to get here. The people that ascended to level 4 are those that have come to the conclusion that failing is good, but failing faster is better. So not just failing faster, but if one is going to increase their failure rate, do it with big goals that are worthy of the effort.
I feel like it's like the Twilight Zone. We're talking about failing, and like it's like a great thing, right?
It is.
Fail faster, fail harder, and
Fail forward.
fail forward, right? All right, level 5, failing exponentially. I know why Diane gave me this slide, because exponentially gives her a tough time. I call it Dibonics.
I gotta hear her say it. I gotta hear it.
The final level is for those rare individuals who understand that massive success requires multiplication of effort. Just adding on to what Diane was just talking about. Level 5 people enlist others to fail with them. They don't want to fail alone. They say, come join me in Premier. And I want to fail with you, Steve. Let's fail together, Dave. You and me. We'll take it to the top. And that failure, that individual failure, means individual success. Group failure equals group success.
One of the things we do at our training is we'll talk about, like, you know, who had a cancellation this month, like stand up, like who got a no this month, stand up, because the truth is if you're not getting no's, you're really not working your business hard enough, because the no's are, there's so many of them, it's hard not to get a no. So a way of judging how hard you're working your business is, when was the last time you got a no? Like, how many no's did you get this week? That is a great way to assess your business.
It really is. And, you know, in most of our lives, we have a 9-to-5 type job, right? It's where we have our same regiment every single day. We get in our car, we go to work, we get out of the car, we get into work, we have a cup of coffee on our desk, we're getting things done, we're getting on the phone, we're getting off the phone, we're going home, so on and so forth, right? It's so easy, it's so typical for us to just kind of take that smooth path every single day, 5 days a week. But unless we challenge ourselves to really step outside in Premier, because this is not an industry, nor a company that was built for you to just simply have a nice clear path along the way. No, the harder you fail, the better the successes that are going to come with that. So I have a challenge for you, okay? I had a challenge for you. Previous slide. Yep, there you go. Try to do one thing every day that scares you. From tomorrow forward, you can even do it tonight. You can even do it as soon as you get out of here. It could be a phone call that you make. It could be letting someone in this room hear that you have never met, or maybe that you know, you have something that's on your heart that you could open up a whole new world for yourself. Do something each day in moving forward that is going to fail you. I challenge you to do that, and you will see nothing but growth come from it.
And it doesn't even have to be all Premier related. You know, you want some of it to be, but it could be anything. It could be trying new food that scares you. You know, anything. Just do something. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so another way to move up in the levels is what we're kind of talking about before, but rather than setting a number of yeses that you're planning to get each week, you want to set goals for the number of no's you're going to collect.